Hi guys, Yasas Kakalosirtate, which means hello and welcome in Greek to another episode of Dimitra's Dishes. Today I'm going to teach you how to make Greek Rizogalo. Rizogalo means rice pudding. It is delicious, comforting, and so good it is just one of my favorite desserts. I love anything that's pudding based, especially this dessert. It's comforting, it's delicious, and you can make a small batch or a big batch. Keeps fresh in the fridge for a few days, so you could take it with you to work or send it in your kids' lunch boxes. You want to put a smile on someone's face? Bring this to the table after dinner and thank me later. Let's get started. So we're going to start with some arborio rice. Arborio rice is basically the rice that's used to make risotto and pilaffi and things like that. It's a starchy rice. And you want to use a starchy rice for this because it makes the dessert very creamy. I have 3/4 of a cup of arborio rice, which is 150 grams, with 1.5 cups of water and a pinch of salt. You want to bring that to a boil and then let it cook for about 15 minutes. If it takes a little bit longer, about 15-20 minutes, until the rice absorbs that water and it starts to get soft. Keep an eye on it. If you walk away and the rice burns, it's going to turn brown and you won't be able to use it for rice pudding. You're going to have to start all over. So go in there and stir it often so that way it does not stick. If it starts to absorb the water a little bit too fast, add a little bit more. Keep adding water to get that rice really nice and soft. Once the rice is ready, it's time to add the creamy components. I'm using milk and heavy cream. So you're going to go ahead and add 4 cups of whole milk and a cup of heavy whipping cream, along with 3/4 of a cup to 1 cup of granulated sugar. Make it as sweet as you want. You can start with less sugar and then add more if it's needed. Then you're going to want to give it a really nice mix and make sure you cook it until it starts to thicken. You're going to want to cook it for about 25 minutes until the rice is nice and soft and tender. It depends on the rice. It might take 25 minutes, it might take 20 minutes, it might take 30 minutes, just as long as it gets really nice and soft. You do not want the rice to have a bite to it. If you have a hand blender, and I don't, I need to get one, you can go in and use the blender to break up the rice a little bit more to make it extra creamy. Puree it a little bit, that is fine. It's going to give it a really nice, rich consistency, a little bit more smooth. It depends how you like it. You could also flavor it with citrus zest. If you like orange, you could add some orange zest to it or lemon zest. It's really nice. It breaks up a little bit of that heaviness. I didn't feel like putting any in today because we're going to add some vanilla extract. But before we do that, you're going to want to take 2 tablespoons of cornstarch and dilute it in a little bit of water. And you could dilute it in water or milk, whatever you want. Add it to the pot with the rice pudding and cook it. Give it a nice mix and cook it for a few minutes, about 5-10 minutes, until it's really nice and thick. This is the consistency that you're looking for. Then you're going to want to turn the heat off and stir in the vanilla extract. I love the vanilla flavor, so I put in 2 heaping teaspoons of vanilla extract. Yes, I like vanilla, and I put in 2 teaspoons. Go ahead and put that in. Give it a nice mix. Taste it. If it's sweet enough, this is the time you take it off of the heat. Then you transfer it into little trifle bowls. You can put it into little cups or a big trifle bowl that you want to serve it in, or a big bowl, whatever you're going to be serving this in. Put it in there and set it aside because it's going to set. But before you set it aside, you're going to want to dust some cinnamon on it. It's very traditional to dust cinnamon, so I would not leave it out unless you hate cinnamon or your kids won't eat it. Set it aside and let it set. It's going to take about an hour. If you want to chill it, put it in the refrigerator, but this is served either at room temperature or cold. Give it to me anyway. I will eat the rice pudding. And you're going to have to take it away from me so I could stop. It's just so addictive. This rice pudding is creamy, it's delicious, and it's a little light. It doesn't have eggs in it or too much cream or anything like that, just the right amount. I think you guys are going to love it. If you want to serve a nice comforting meal, serve this after some yamista, my stuffed Greek vegetables. You're going to click right here to get that recipe, and I will see you over there. Yes, yes.